All right, all right. Like a technical difficulties here, and so we have to be moving around because the some technical things did not work, but we are here. Peace, blessings, enough, holy, plenty, a lot of love.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Mindset Monday.
All right, wonderful.
Today is Monday, March 16. And for those who have corporations, I know if you haven't filed yet, I hope your tax accountant file an extension for you because today is the deadline
Mm,
to file corporation tax return. So for those of you who don't know, in the US, corporation tax returns as partnership and S corps, their deadline is March 15th. But because March 15th was on a weekend, so we get an additional day, which is today, to file our tax, to
so what
file
time today?
midnight,
Oh,
midnight ES.
Eastern.
Yes.
Okay.
I
All
think
right. So Pacific and so on is different times.
at 12 midnight.
So 12 midnight Pacific, 12 midnight Eastern, or when Pacific reach 12, then it's 12.
Yes,
When
yes,
East reach
yes,
12, okay,
yes,
okay.
yes.
So when each time zone reach 12,
Mm-hmm,
it's okay.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
All right. Good.
And of course, for those who did not get all of their documents together, then they have an extension of time to file until September.
Mm,
And our personal returns, the deadline is April 15th. So
mhm.
still have a little time. So today we are on the aspect of flow. And before I go any further in flow, we're going to look at our money exercise. I hope this is helpful to some of you who have taken the challenge to do our money exercise. And we've been moving things around. So my whole thing is discombobulated. And so I am not sure where I am, but before the program is ended, I will let you know where exactly we are. And for those of you who have, I did promise that for those of you who started the higher numbers, the 52 weeks and descending, I would have let you know what or where you should be if you started there. So if you haven't started yet, you can still start because we are looking at 52 weeks. And if you want to just do a catch up, depending on what you want, when you want that money, you can actually start. So I am or we are who have started the dollar for the first week and the $2 second week, we are at $66.
Mm.
$66. It doesn't look like much, but it is climbing. It is climbing. So next week, we'll revisit and see where you all are. Now, there's so many different developments. And as you know, that my book was published on the 8th of March, and we are cheering with our women this month because it is Women's History Month. And I know for all of you out there, you should have a lady, a special woman in your life, whether it's your mother or your aunt or a cousin or a sister or a mentor, a teacher, some significant woman in your life you can share this book with. It's available on Amazon. And the book entitled The Heart of a Servant, Nurturing Yourself While Caring for Others Using the ART Framework. The Heart of a Servant. We know that all of us need care, whether we are a caregiver, whether we are a child, whether we are a parent or a teacher, we all need care. And care for self is not selfish. It's just building yourself, anchoring yourself so you can show up in abundance. You can show up fully so you can care for the persons you love better. Today, we are continuing on our flow states. And our topic, what is our topic?
Well, our topic today is building a business in flow, aligning your goals and action.
Building a business in flow, aligning your goals and actions.
So, first of all, how do we understand flow? How do we understand flow as it relates to business, I should say? Because we have been doing a few personal things. Yeah, yeah, we have been doing a few personal things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, we are looking at first of all, what is flow in business?
So flow in business, this concept was introduced by Mihaly. I think I'm not sure what nationality, but
I think it's either
check
Czechoslovakia or German, one of those.
one of them. So flow is a mental state where a person is fully immersed, focused, and energized in what they are doing. Last week, when Mother Miranda spoke about flow, she reminds us that in order to be in flow, we first need to be still. And as Mihaly is saying, it's a mental state where a person is fully immersed. So you will need to be still in order to get immersed because stillness brings focus. So when you're still, you're able to view things, you're able to expand your mind, you're able to block out all of the noise. And you realize I'm closing my eyes. Block out the noise left, right, and center. And therefore you're focusing on the one thing and immerse yourself in what you are doing. One of the other words that come to mind is being present. So being in flow, you need to be present. So in business, flow occurs when, how would I put it now? Flow occurs when your purpose is clear. From I was going to school, they always say set smart goals. It's singular, measurable, attainable, SMAR. I don't remember what the R means. And T is time. A goal, if a goal doesn't have a time limit or a time frame, then it's not a goal. Because you would need to be able to attain it before you can actually set it as a goal. Case in point, you are going from we're in the Bronx and we want to get to Manhattan. So there is a specific place and we say we're going to leave the Bronx at 8 p.m. So we know, depending on the route of transportation, we know the time we will get to Manhattan. So if we're going for a specific event and the event starts at a particular time, we know we need to leave the Bronx at whatever time in order to get to the event and be there on time. So our purpose need to be clear. Our goals are aligned with our actions, and also our skill set match that challenge or that goal that we set. Then you are fully engaged in meaningful work. We are still working on our little technicalities. So when a business operates in flow, productivity, creativity, and fulfillment increase dramatically. So, as we said earlier, characteristics of flow in business, clear goals. With goals, once we're working along with others, we are open for feedback. And that's how we know what phase we're in. Are we on target based on the feedback we get, or are we off? We balance between skill and challenge. Those are characteristics. Another characteristic is deep concentration. As we talked about earlier, being present and being present, being mindful of where we are and what we are about. Another characteristic is blocking out the distraction. Those are just few characteristics of being in flow in business. Now, when we look at aligning ourselves or being present, one of the biggest reasons businesses struggle is misalignment. Sometimes the goals are not clear, or sometimes the things that they set out to do, it's too much within a specific time, and so it's misaligned. It's like, I'm not a mechanic, but the little I know about a car, if the car is not aligned, then it's not driving in a straight path, right? Now, a car that is aligned, this is what I know. A car that is aligned, you can let go of the steering wheel and it does not divert too far if you're going on a straight path. Am I right?
Yes, yes, yes. And that
Mhm.
is how the kind of actually making car now, with with an alignment where you stay in your lane. Your car stays in the lane that it is, especially for those who might block out, right? So even though they block out,
You
they
mean blackout? They mean the
the
lost
the lost
consciousness.
consciousness. My goodness. Right. Thank you. Even though they lost consciousness, the car would now normally swerve to the left or swerve to the right. But with this kind of a advanced technology, AI, if you please, technology, it with the sensors that are on the car, it helps to align the car still in the lane, until it is safe to pull over to the far right. So the car is now able to do all of that without any physical assistance.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but yes, the wheel has to be aligned in order for that
To have.
straight path to occur.
So I know a little bit.
Yes, you do know.
So just as
Mhm.
we talk about the car alignment, it's the same way our goals, if our goals are not aligned based on where we need to go, we will be going with every wind
Mm.
that comes along. And then when we look back, we're saying, but this is not what I set out to do because the goals were not clearly defined.
Mm.
The goals were misaligned.
Mm.
So alignment occurs when the goal, okay, so you want growth, but there is no marketing strategy. You want impact, but there is not a clear mission. And this happens not only in business but in personal life. In if you're even in organizations that are not for profit, there has to be goals, because even a not for profit organization where you get funding, you need to make sure that the goals are aligned. So when you do your statements, you can share with your contributors, this is what was done with the monies that you contributed to our organization. So not because you're not for profit, you need also to have all of those alignments.
Mm.
It has to be there in order to be viable.
Oh, so what you're speaking about right now is 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 your goals and the action you need to take
Mhm.
for those goals to be realized.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. I kind of thought I was missing it.
Oh, maybe I
Okay.
wasn't clear. So we have goals and we have action. So in order for, we're talking about misalignment.
Hmm.
If this is happening, if your goals are not aligned, then your actions will not follow. So if you want profit and your goals are misaligned, then no value proposition, the actions. So flow requires alignment between three key elements.
Mm. Well, I guess one must be vision
Yes,
because
yes.
you have to have a vision.
You have to have a vision. Bullseye.
Okay.
Oh, my fingers are not straight.
Oh,
So
okay.
don't follow my finger, right? Because
Mm.
they're not that straight.
So
So,
vision. What is vision?
yes, vision is the future you want to create. So you write it down, be specific,
Mm.
make sure that
So you must have a vision board then,
have a vision board, or you
or
can you can be
a
a
spreadsheet,
sophisticated spreadsheet, or you
or
can be a sophisticated in getting a program to put everything that you want to accomplish in an orderly fashion. And of course they have
chat. I wonder if Chat
they
GPT can do that.
yes they do. And with chat gpt you need to be able to give it the right prompts so it
Mm.
can pull whatever you need specifically.
Mm.
So
Cool.
you can tell it what you need, and then it will organize everything in the order and everything. So we have sophisticated programs that can help you materialize that.
Mm. Nice.
So vision is one, then we have goals. And goals, as we said earlier, specific outcomes you want to achieve. So the goals are specific outcome. So as we said before, you whatever you want to accomplish, you make sure that they're in order, and you have timeline in order for those to be accomplished.
Mm.
Then you have action. So what we're talking about, the three elements that flow requires to be aligned. So we talk about vision, goals, and then actions. So daily activities that move the vision forward.
Mm.
So whether it's a short-term goal or a long-term goal, there are specific actions, whether it's so for long-term goals, um, earlier in the year we talk about breaking it down into um year, then 6 months, then monthly, then weekly, and so on. So although it's long term, so you notice they're broken down in different segments. So you can actually see it's just like building a house. The
Mm.
foundation is there, and then the different structures. So you know, you see, you can visualize what's happening based on the blueprint.
Mhm.
So a vision board is like a blueprint, whether it's on a spreadsheet or in sophisticated programs, or it's on your wall, or it's on your phone. Whatever works for you, you need to have something that your day can be profitable, whether you're doing a career, whether it's career or you are studying for to do something.
Mm.
There has to be these fundamental steps, these fundamental stages, so you are making sure that your time is managed
Mm.
properly.
Mhm. Wonderful. All right.
So we're looking now at the flow business framework.
What's that?
The flow business framework operates in or through five core pillars.
Mm.
Not the pillar that we sleep on.
No?
No.
Oh.
But it could be the pillar that we sleep on. So we talk one of them in
Yeah,
honor
but if you're
each pillar.
sleeping, there's no action. There's no action there, you know.
Your subconscious,
Dormant.
your subconscious
No.
is working.
You're trying hard, but no, there's no action, man. No action. No action. No action.
Okay. So let's look at the flow, the flow
Business
business
framework.
framework.
Okay.
So the first pillar is purpose.
Got to have purpose.
Mm,
You got to have a purpose.
yes. Even if it's even you're setting yourself up to get fit, the goals and everything, and there has to be a purpose. Yeah.
Well, what you're doing, what you want to get fit for, to look good,
To look
to
good
fit in
and to get
your wedding
healthy.
gown,
Yeah.
to get in the bathing suit and show off your body on the beach.
First,
You have to have a purpose.
first is
Mm.
lifestyle change.
Mm.
That's one of the purposes. I know for most of us, if not all of us, when we make a New Year's resolution, we have in mind that we really want something, but sometimes because the goals are not properly aligned, we just miss it after 2 weeks.
Mm.
But if purpose is attached to it, we have the end in mind, then we will make sure that everything is aligned around it. Our vision board is being looked at consistently. And so we are, if we even veer off, we come right back into alignment. So purpose,
Well, as it relates to business, then.
as it relates to business, we ask, why does this business exist? So the mission statement or the vision statement explains all of that. So the purpose-driven business creates strong engagement, trust, and motivation. Example of purpose is solving a problem, improve people's life, and we go back to the exercise regime is getting fit so I can sustain my path. I can be able to do my job more effectively, because if you're unhealthy, you're not able to do your job effectively. And for those who are doing strenuous work, who are lifting, who are in construction, it's important that you don't just go to work every day, but you replenish that strength that you've lost, or you keep your body healthy, whether you have to make sure you take your vitamin D. And for us who live in areas where we have several months of winter where we can't bathe in the sun, for especially for us who have dark pigmentation, we need more vitamin D in order to sustain our body. So are we taking vitamin D supplements? Are we having a balanced diet? Are we doing exercise? Are we moving the right way? So we're talking about business, but the individual who is the CEO of the corporation, we need to make sure that we are aligned, our body is aligned, our body is healthy, so we can think, we can make decisions, we can make good decisions, so it keeps our business moving forward in the flow.
In the flow.
Yes, so solving a problem, improving people's lives. So when we are on the go, when we are in alignment, we're able to improve people's lives. Innovating in a field or serving the community. So as you know, a lot of businesses, they undertake philanthropic ideas where they use some of their profits to help communities, to help charities. So if we're misaligned, we will lose focus of what we're here for. And so we will lose money. So we're not able to help the charities that we normally help. So everything will just go awire. So it's important that we align our purpose so that we can flow and our businesses can live in that motivation, so we're able to assist the people that we set out to help.
Nice.
So purpose is the energy, that energy source of flow. So you have a purpose. Why do you get up in the morning? What is the purpose of getting up? Sometimes you don't feel like it. And if we go along with only feelings, oh my goodness, we would not be productive, because feelings, it's like, yeah, it's like yeah. So we need to have that focus, we need to have that drive, and that's what is gonna keep us in flow. Let it flow.
All right. So what after purpose?
So after
Say have a
purpose,
list of 5 or
yes,
10.
we have 5. So after purpose, we have vision. And vision describes where the business is going. Vision provides direction and inspiration. Let's see what strong vision does.
Well, we don't want no weak vision. Weak vision can't work.
True.
So it has to be strong.
So it has to be strong.
Yeah, have to have a strong vision.
So strong vision includes clear future impact, growth possibilities, long-term transformation. And I'm just gonna segue into strong vision. When we have strong vision, even when there are challenges, even when life happens, and just case in point, think about, I share that I started writing this book over 6 years, and it actually started long before, but really nailing it down, I started writing over 6 years. However, life happens. Death in the family, taking care of love,
Dexes.
debts is in the family,
Mm-hmm.
taking care of loved ones, my own health challenges. But because there was a vision, the vision was not deferred. It was delayed, but it was not deferred. So when we have vision, it may be delayed, but not deferred, not just thrown away. So strong vision
Mm.
include clear future impact. Now, this book has reached many lives. There are many persons who have purchased the digital copy, and there are many other persons who now have this book in their hand. Had I just thrown the vision away and said, I can't be bothered.
Mm.
Every time I start, something happens and I just can't be bothered. But with
Mm-hmm.
clear vision, going back to the first one, purpose. Purpose will make you get up, not feeling, but purpose. When feeling comes and goes, you have purpose that will propel you forward, make you flow, even when the feeling is shifted.
Mm.
So strong vision also include long-term transformation. So vision acts as the North Star for decision making.
Mm.
The
Nice.
North Star, going back to the book, vision, because I know this book will impact lives. This book will change lives. This book will enhance lives. So although challenges happen and delays, yet because the vision was there, it acts as the North Star for decision making. Should I or should I not? Yes. And guess what? Because I said yes, it should happen, then there it is. There's the book
Mm.
in my hand and in others' hand because I pursued.
Oh,
The
yeah.
vision was there.
Mm.
Then we have strategic goals. Goals translate vision into measurable outcomes.
Mm.
Effective goals are specific, measurable, time bound, challenging but achievable.
Mm. Okay. Example.
Examples are reaching 10,000 customers in 2 years for
Mm.
businesses. And what strategies are going to be put in place in order to do that? Then launch 3 products within 12 months or achieve 1 million revenue milestone.
Mm. Nice.
So goals structure
Create
or
structure.
goal creates
Mm-hmm.
structure
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
for flow.
Yes, for the flow.
So when the goals are structured, then we flow. The fourth one is high impact actions. And what are we talking about? The 5 pillars. The 5 pillars. A flow-based business operates through 5 core pillars. So the fourth one is high impact vision. Goals only work if supported by consistent action.
Action.
So even when there are challenges, yes, you still have to act. So let's see what high impact action includes. Product development, marketing systems. Now, with this whole change in technology, if a business wants to make sure that they stay on the cutting edge, they need to retool, they need to change how they do business. So
Mm-hmm.
if they were just using pen and paper, now they will not be able to reach the masses because technology changes. So they need to employ the AI factor so that can help them to improve their productivity.
Mm.
So that's part of the marketing system. What marketing system can I employ in order to reach more, or in order to change? What changes can I make or will I make in order to reach the people with my products?
Mm.
Then you have the customer experience. Uh, all of these tie in to make sure that these actions meet with the goals that we set in order to keep our company viable. Then we have strategic partnership. Do we partner with other companies? Do we collaborate? Or do we just decide that let's stay in a corner and just do it because we can reap all the profits? No. Sometimes when we collaborate with other businesses, making partnerships, we find that we are more viable.
How do you collaborate with other business when business are more looking at you as a threat or as a, yes, basically as a threat?
Well,
How you going to collaborate?
well, if you have businesses now that are joint ventures, they partner because they see, as a business owner, they look at, they not only look at getting a profit today, they're looking at long term. So if they see another business that they can partner with and they both earn profits together, they're going to do that. That's why it's important that a business owner, the manager, the CEO, they're not blindsided, but their vision is broad. So they are able to see the opportunity and take it up and collaborate with other business.
I understand that, but what do you do when that collaboration is not forthwith? Take, for instance, when you had the little mom and pop hardware store about the place, and then a Home Depot came on the scene. Home Depot not going to collaborate with you.
Well, no. Well, what I know for in the financial field, what I know, when H&R Block started, they wanted to buy the mom and pop stores. So, or some of them, they use their persons to help them initially. Now, I don't know the whole story, but I know for some businesses it's more viable for them to take these people under their wings and assist. Now, for people, for the mom and pop who are just, little trickles here and there, they feel the brunt of it because they don't have the financial resources to retool or to say, let me extend just like them. So that's where you find their clientele may diminish because they don't have mass production, they cannot sell as as inexpensive or cost effective as the bigger stores. So it's so many different business strategies, and so every business is looking to see how they can stay viable and how they can become the 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 number one in whatever they're doing. So in flow businesses, actions are prioritized based on impact rather than busyness. So if the impact is great, then you make sure that you prioritize, right? Because you can be so busy, but you're not being impactful. And for an astute business person, they're looking at the impact rather than being busy and not reaping financial benefits or financial gain. The fifth and last of the pillars is feedback and adaptation. Now, for any business to stay in operation, feedback is very important. That's why whenever we buy, we always get these these feedback sheet, or what when we call, whether the banks or anywhere, we always, can you hold for a survey? These surveys help them to become more viable, also help them to see where they are going wrong, or how can they tweak their customer service, because customer service is a big part of a business staying viable. So flow requires constant feedback. Businesses must constantly evaluate what works, what doesn't, what should be improved. And that's why when I go to service my car, I will get an email to do the survey, and they will call and follow up to say, remember the survey, because it is so important, especially for the salesperson. When I buy a new car, they want to get that survey because it also improves their 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 um their commission. The young man always say to me, make sure you do the survey because it is very helpful for my commission. So not only for the business per se, but for the individuals who work with the business, especially when they are working on commission. So feedback helps to maintain adaptability and resilience. Now, we will look at obstacles that block flow in business. And many entrepreneurs struggle to maintain flow due to several common barriers. And we started with vision, and we're looking at lack of clarity. So this is one of the obstacles that block flow. Lack of clarity. Without clear direction, energy becomes scattered. And I'm going to use my favorite thing when we're going somewhere and we have the GPS and we put the address in the GPS and it will tell us where to go. And sometimes for me, I may not be either paying attention, and then I turn off earlier than I should. And then Miss GPS would say redirecting. Or they find another route to get me out of where I am. So with clear vision, lack of clarity, without clear direction, energy becomes scattered. You just get flustered and you just don't want to do anything. That is why it is so important to help our workers, for those who are team leaders. I don't like to use manage because we manage resources, not people. We lead. And when we lead with clarity, we are more productive. Another obstacle is being overwhelmed. Too many priorities create confusion. It's like everything just become urgent and important, and you can't work like that all the time. You will have burnout. That's why we need to care for ourselves. And I could stop here and just talk about care for self is very important. It will inhibit burnout. Yes, it will inhibit burnout. It's I'm just so excited or excited about this part, caring for self. So, too many priorities create confusion and burnout. Another obstacle is fear of failure. Fear blocks creativity and risk taking. So, if we fear that I'm not gonna make it, or it's not gonna work, or they're gonna say that I'm a failure if it doesn't turn out the way I tell them. Can I tell you, uh, one of the favorite thing I remember is the light bulb. They, if they had stopped at 90, we wouldn't have a light bulb, or
900.
someone else would have done it. So every time we fail at something, they said it's not actually failure, is one more way to do the thing, or
Not to.
one more way not to. So failing at something is not, you're not a failure. You're just seeing how to do something, or seeing another way how you can do the thing.
Mm.
Another obstacle is disconnecting from purpose. So when work loses meaning, when what we are doing loses meaning because of a challenge, or because we may be sidelined because of life events, when work loses meaning, motivation declines. So, overcoming these obstacles is essential for building a flow based business environment. So, whether you are the leader of a big business, or you're the leader of small, or you're even the leader of yourself, all of these principles are very important in order to stay on the cutting edge. So while we are alive, every single moment of our life is a learning experience. And once we continue to learn and grow, we can move or stay in flow and be connected to our purpose. And ultimately, we will hear, "Well done, thou good and
Faithful.
faithful servant."
Mm. Wonderful. That was great. That was a business flow,
Mhm.
or flow in business. And so I was looking if there was any questions in the chat, but I am not seeing any questions in the chat. I'm just seeing a lot of support and a lot of thanks to 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 Queen Miriam and so on. So thank you very much, Queen Miriam. Really, really appreciate that presentation was awesome. Let me just look in Facebook at this time, and no, there's no comments, just no questions, I should say. No questions in Facebook. Thank you very much, Queen Sadie. Thank you very much, Queen Veronica, for all the kind words there. And Greg, thank you very much. And others. It's just a lot of thanking you, and awesome, and all of those things in the chat. So we do appreciate this section here, um, that you basically building flow based business, because most of us want to build a business but really don't know how to flow in building that business.
Mhm.
It's so hard and difficult, but give us your final words, your wrapping up words
Now,
as we close.
when we think of flow, we think of a holistic picture, or our entire life. Um, if we are one of the persons who get up every day and go to a job. We have an agenda. We are actually told what to do for the hours that we are working. We're told when to get to work, when to have lunch and everything. So someone actually has our time. Now, if we want to be viable, because all of us were created to operate in an era of gifting, all of us were created to do something. The job we have, it's actually just a gateway to help us to invest in order to get that money to start what God has was as it had intended for us. So we need to make sure that we're diligent in what we do at our jobs, be diligent to, I would say, make sure that we're diligent when we invest our time in our job so that we can see the flow in our day-to-day job. What do we do? Do we just nonchalantly go to work, or are we involved in what is happening so the business can be viable? We take that same energy and motivate ourselves in doing something that for the long haul we can say, oh, this is what I was being prepared for.
Mm.
So as we flow each day and we do a job for our investor or employer, we can use those principles and align ourselves that we can flow into doing our own business. And there are a lot more things that I can share. As the time goes by, I can help you with that.
Mm.
Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen Miriam, and we also have Queen Barbara there saying great presentation. Really appreciate all the kind words. And remember to get a copy of the book, right? Because this book is very important, especially if you are a caregiver. And when I say if you are a caregiver, we're not just talking the nurses, because yes, nurses are caregivers. We're not just talking about doctors. Oh, yes, doctors are caregiver. We're not talking only about CPA,
CNA.
CNA,
Mhm.
CNA, and
And we're
um,
not talking about only people in the health field.
in the healthcare industry. The
Right.
health,
We're
right.
we're talking about everyone. Once you are a mother, a sister,
Yes,
a
yes.
brother, an aunt, an uncle,
Grandmother,
grandmother.
grandfather, because you are
Once you give
giving care.
support, yes, you are
Mm,
a caregiver.
beautiful.
And it's so important that we look at these things. I must say thank you to Queen Marie, my own sister, and Queen Sadie, and so many others who were part of my community when I was giving care to my late husband, my mother-in-law. So caring is not just the person who is holding a 24-hour assisting in the home or whatever. My community was broadened because of the care that I was giving. They were there helping to care for me.
Mm,
I remember so many times the soup, the vegetable, whatever
mm.
that came to me because
And the prayers.
in the prayers.
Mm,
So they were there not only physically, but they were there emotionally, the calls.
mm.
Those things are so helpful.
Yes.
And in this book, it shares different aspects of care and how you can care for yourself and how you can broaden your community by just being there, someone being there for you, and you being there for someone, helping to ease the burden while they care or
Mm,
while they get care. So it's
wonderful.
so important. As I always say, I care for you, and care for self is not selfish. It's just bringing yourself to the point where you can be strengthened and you can serve from a place of fullness instead of a place of lack.
Mm. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So get your copy. And if you want an autograph copy, there is also a link in the description and a link on the flyer that you can actually put in some information so that you cannot get an autograph copy if you purchase it straight from Amazon. So before you purchase it straight from Amazon, if you want an autograph copy from my dear, lovely, beautiful um, Queen Miriam here.
I forget the name.
Oh, mercy. No, man, I could never forget your name. Queen Miriam here. Just look in the description or in the description, whether of the YouTube or the Facebook.
Facebook.
Just put in that information and we will contact you and we'll take it from there. In addition, the link for the Amazon um, book for this, it's on Amazon and you can get your copy there also.
And for those who are local and you already purchased your book or you want to purchase the book, make sure you give a review once you purchase it and you can connect with me. I'll be happy to do your autograph.
Mm, wonderful. So there you have it. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Really
very much.
appreciate. Really appreciate. All right. And we said that we were going to get the information for if you were doing it from
From descending 52,
52,
yeah,
etc.
let's see.
So,
Okay, so if you're doing it, if you started from 52, that's the money exercise we're talking about.
mhm,
You would be at $598 um on Friday last week. You
mm,
would have
558.
five
558.
sorry, 558. You would have been at 558. So whether you start $1 per week or you start on the higher number, wherever you start, you can you if you haven't started yet, you can actually start. Just start this week.
Mhm. Well, it's not really $1 per week.
No,
It's
sorry. Sorry.
it's as
As
the
the week
52 weeks ascend or descend, then that is how much you place in your little jar. So if you are ascending, then week one, you put $1. Week two, you put $2, so it will be three. Week three, you put $3, so it would be five, etc., etc. Right? So each week you put based on the amount of weeks. So you can start from wherever. We started on January 3, right? And so fortunately, we are moving in that direction, right? We are ascending. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if you are descending, it's 52, then 51, then 50, then 49, etc., etc. So, that is depending on which way you are doing it. All right. So,
Thank you
thank you.
again for all the viewers and for those who will watch the replay. You can leave your comments and until next week. Before we go, we have our affirmation.
All right, 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 right.
And this week's affirmation is about the flow.
Of
The
course.
flow. Let's do the flow.
So
It's flow with confidence and doors will open.
mm,
Flow with confidence and doors will open.
mhm.
Once
Flow
again,
with confidence
and
and
doors
doors
will
will
open.
open. Mhm.
So thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Mindset Monday. I guess we have to dance.
Mm. All right, take care. Peace, blessings, and enough love.